I hope you're having a great Sunday. I hope you're having a peaceful and restful Sunday. Well, today we're going to talk about simple, inexpensive, easy lifestyle changes that we can make when it comes to our nutrition, the way we eat, our movement and exercise, the way we move, the way we sleep, the quality of our sleep, and how we manage our stress levels. Now, why do we select these four verticals? Because everything to do with your health, everything to do with the prevention of disease or the healing of disease if you have one, everything to do with your weight loss goals, your health goals, your immunity, your lifestyle, and your well-being revolves around these four verticals: balanced nutrition, adequate exercise, quality sleep, and managing your emotional health, which is your stress levels. Let's get straight into it. When it comes to nutrition, there are three simple lifestyle changes. We're not going to talk about protein, we're not going to talk about carbohydrates, fats, calories, superfoods, none of that today. Because all of that doesn't matter if we don't get the bases and the basics of lifestyle in place. The number one inexpensive and easy tip when it comes to eating your food, whether it's healthy food, unhealthy food, whatever it is, you want to start chewing your food. You have to understand the power in chewing your food. That's the reason we have teeth. Because when we break down our food and we chew it, we also produce more saliva. Now, saliva has digestive enzymes which helps us to start breaking down carbohydrates and fats while the food is still in our mouths. Most of us think that the digestive enzymes start when the food gets digested in the stomach. Yes, we have some digestive enzymes there as well, but it starts in your mouth. So the more we chew our food, the more we break it down, and the more we enable our food to be better assimilated, absorbed, and digested. Now, here's a quick hack when it comes to something unhealthy that you're eating or something that you really want to, eat, which isn't too healthy for you. Chew that food really well, because if it's high carbohydrate, high fat, believe me, the power of chewing can help you start the breakdown of those unhealthy fats and those carbohydrates in your mouth. So it's like using your own body and the power of your own body to make even your unhealthy choices a little bit easier for your body to help break down. So chew your food. The second, eat slow. Too many of us eat too quickly. So when we learn to start chewing our food, we automatically start to eat slower. When we eat our food too quickly, there are two things that happen. Most of us eat more than our bodies require. So forget about counting calories. If we eat quickly, we will end up eating more food than normal, because we don't break down our food, which means we're swallowing, larger chunks of food, which makes it more difficult for our bodies to break down. If I have a larger chunk of food which I've not chewed and it goes into my system, I need to produce more acid to break that down, to do the same function that my teeth should have done. So chewing your food, eating slow, and the third thing is do not overeat. I cannot stress enough on this particular point. A lot of us are foodies, we love eating different foods. That's not the problem. Enjoy your food, but why must you overeat? That is greed, that is gluttony. Okay, the food that you have today, you can get that same kind of food tomorrow or at some given point, but do not overeat. Just do not overeat, because whether you're overeating bad food or whether you're even overeating a salad, if your body doesn't have a requirement for the excess food that you've eaten, it gets stored as energy and eventually fat. So the number one rule is do not overeat your food. Enjoy little foods that you like. Don't deprive yourself of the things that you like. Make sensible choices, but do not overeat the unhealthy or even the healthy foods. I know so many people who think that because they're superfoods, they go on overeating them and stuffing themselves with them, thinking it'll give you more benefits. Vitamin C and antioxidants may be healthy for our body in the right quantity. It doesn't mean that if we stuff ourselves with more vitamin C and more antioxidants, we're going to get healthier. It doesn't work that way. So that's it when it comes to nutrition. Simple, inexpensive lifestyle changes. What I've spoken about does not cost you money. It requires what I told you you'll need at the start of 2019. Commitment, dedication, and discipline, something that all of us have a personal responsibility to. If we cannot do this, then we start looking in desperation for all the other fads and shortcuts and everything else. So start to align discipline, commitment, and dedication to every aspect of your life, your health, and everything, and see how it changes. Now, when it comes to exercise, the simple lifestyle changes. It doesn't matter if you do CrossFit, weight training, marathon running, none of this. It doesn't matter. What really matters is, again, the basics of lifestyle that you get in place. Number one, your warm-ups. Never skip your warm-ups. I see so many people who are in a hurry to get their workout started. They don't do their warm-ups and they don't do their post cool downs and their stretches. This will lead to more injury, this will lead to more inflammation, and most of the benefits that you think you're getting from your workout will be lost with the inflammation and the possible injury that you create in your muscle tissues and the amount of lactic acid that you produce, and it doesn't go back down to normal quick enough. So if you are going to put your body through exercise, whatever it is, you need to treat your body the right way with the right kind of warm up, the right kind of cool down, and sufficient time to stretch all those muscles and joints of your body. Your pre-workout meal and your post-workout meal, extremely important. You see, the problem is most people have their exercise as a to-do item on their list. And exercise has to be a part of your life. There's a science behind it. If you just find time right now and start working out and you don't have enough of pre-nutrition, guess what? Your body's not going to give you the kind of energy and the kind of breakdown that you're expecting. And the same thing if you put your body to an intensive workout and you don't give it nutrition that it's requiring and screaming out for post your workout, you are going to cripple your metabolic activity, you're going to have more injury, you're going to have more inflammation, and you're going to be struggling to reach the goals that you think you should be reaching because you're doing everything. Doing the exercise that you love doing is the most important thing. So many people are trying to copy what everyone else is doing even if they don't enjoy it. Most of our people who are healthy today, fit, have great bodies, lose their weight and keep it off, are doing simple things like walking, yoga, a little bit of dance, a little bit of Pilates. It's up to you, but do it the right way and select something that you love doing. The third lifestyle change when it comes to your exercise is your rest and recovery. More important than your workout is the rest and recovery. Your muscles grow in their rest and recovery period. Your body recovers when it has enough of rest and recovery. If you are constantly exercising and your sleep is compromised and your rest is compromised, you are putting your body through more negative stress, more inflammation, less gains, and after a while you're going to fall into this vicious circle of getting frustrated and basically distressed because you're not achieving your goals. Remember, the human body needs rest. Your conscious mind may think that you don't need it because you prioritize everything in your life as more important. But the basic principle of nature, your biological clock, your cells, everything in your human body requires rest and sleep, and you cannot compromise that. That takes us straight down to the third vertical, which is sleep. What are the most simple things that you can do to get a good night of rest? Number one, reset your biological clock. Most human beings have biological clocks that are not working. Now, all of us have this little clock in us. Just imagine it as a little clock that is controlling everything according to time. Eating, digestion, assimilation, repair, growth, rest, production and balance of hormones, your bone metabolism, everything is happening according to a clock, not happening according to our conscious mind. So if we don't have this clock working the right way, which means if our sleep cycles are disrupted, everything gets disrupted. Our meal timings, our cravings, we have more cravings for caffeine, more cravings for salt and sugar and all of these things. We need to reset the biological clock by trying to go to sleep at the same time every night and trying to have the same wake-up time. Because when we reset this, then the body starts working according to the clock that we're trying to set it. Now, a little bit of variance is okay by an hour over here, half an hour over there, but try to set your clock. This is the best thing that we can do to realign our bodies. You know, a lot of us are trying to fix our bodies doing several different things, but most problems in the human body can be fixed by just looking for that one deficiency of a particular vitamin or a mineral that you have in your body. For example, fixing a vitamin D deficiency or a vitamin B12 deficiency can solve innumerable other problems in your body, like energy levels, brain fog, tingling sensations, pain in the bones, inability to lose weight, just by correcting a particular deficiency. The same thing by setting your biological clock, you hit that reset button in your body that will take care of several other functions in the human body automatically. Another simple lifestyle changes is cutting away from gadgets and bright light before we sleep. We have to understand that you need to keep that 1 hour gap, cut away from all gadgets, put off the television, all of those things if you want to get a good night of sleep. It is so important for us to disconnect our minds and our thoughts from the day for us to be able to sleep at night. If we're constantly thinking about what's happening and we cannot disconnect, we stay in the sympathetic nervous system, and sleep can only occur in the parasympathetic nervous system. So your meditation, your deep breathing, being in an area where the light gets dimmer as you go to sleep, reading a book, saying your prayers, meditating, making love, communicating with your loved ones or your family. These are all little things that you can do to fill that 1 hour before you sleep. Sleep is the most important ingredient in your entire health module. Now, when it comes to stress, what are the most simple lifestyle changes that we can make? There are two words that I'll go on repeating and repeating: acceptance and letting go. Easy to say, extremely difficult to do. You think of every problem that you have in your life right now, and if you can tag it with the word acceptance, let go, acceptance, let go. Okay, toxic person in my life, accept. Okay, bad job, let go. You can tag everything. Now, the strength to accept and let go of what you have can only come from within you. We get motivation from outside, we get inspiration from other people and what we see, but the strength to practice and achieve what we need to do comes from inside. It comes through our spiritual practice, it comes through prayer, it comes through meditation, it comes through us knowing who we really are. Because most of us are unable to accept and let go because of our fixed, rigid mindsets of how life should be, how people should be, how our health should be, how our bosses should be, how our partners should be, how our children should be. And when we break down that ego and pride, which comes through only when we know really who we are, we remove that obstacle, we're able to shift and change our mindsets and understand that everyone is different. Our children have their own mindsets, our parents have their own mindsets, our partners have their own mindsets, our bosses and our friends have their own mindsets. So if we think that the world should work according to our belief system and our mindsets, that's going to make us miserable, stressed, anxious, perfectionists, OCD, and so many other issues which will just make us feeling depressed, end up making us feeling depressed and miserable about life, because we think life has to go according to the way we want it to. Well, the sad, bitter, ugly truth is life doesn't work that way. No one has to think the way you do. No one has to be the way you want them to be. So when we realize that, we learn to start accepting people with compassion, and we learn to start being able to let go people easily from our lives that are causing toxicity to our lives and that are causing all of the stress and anxiety that we currently have. So acceptance, letting go, these are the two main words. We need to start trying to be us. We need to start to live our own truth, who we really are. We have to stop living a life trying to please everyone around us, because our self-worth is so low that we need to fit in and be accepted in society only in a way that other people want us. We need to learn to be who we are, irrespective of our weight, irrespective of our color, our gender, our position, our financial value. We have to learn to be who we are. And the right people will stay in our lives and the wrong people will fall away. And that's when most of our stress disappears from everything. When we're too attached to the outcomes of how we want life to be, that is when we have most of our problems. Be attached, but be detached inside. Attachment is great with detachment, and you can only achieve that through your own meditation practice and your own spiritual path. That doesn't have to depend on religion alone. Spirituality for some could just be kindness. Spirituality for others could just be helping other people and giving back. For some people it could be compassion. It's as simple as that. Define your own spiritual path. Have a great Sunday evening, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.